excited to be having Erik Qualman of Socialnomics come talk with us today, and we actually are bringing him in via phone, so he's audio with us today. And Debbie, how are you today?
I'm great, and I'm so happy to have Erik on the show. It's Erik, you may or may not know this, but you're my digital mentor. I literally follow everything you do and try to emulate a lot of the stuff that you
in the past month. Have you seen? Are you on?
No, you're right.
You're on Gmail?
Yeah. Then for those callers that might not know what that is that essentially they're bucketing out. If you get a bunch of spam, that goes in a promotions folder. Mm-hmm. If you get social media pings from Google Plus or from Facebook, then that's a different folder. So it's trying to prioritize the email for you, and you can see where they're going. The next step will be that I want to prioritize all emails that come in from radio shows or whatever your business you're in. You can actually put in, I want all the emails from my customers to go to this file. So it is a huge time saver.
Yeah.
One thing to be concerned with, just to be aware of, is that if you deal a lot with social media companies like I do, where I actually have friends at Wikipedia, I have friends at LinkedIn, those automatically get put into the social media bucket, which is not where they should go. So I just have to go and check those and put them into my main inbox.
Yeah, so you've got to really kind of bring them back into your fold if they're important to you.
I also use the folder system to have I have emails go directly into specific folders so I can look at them later too, because I get a lot of Google alerts and email newsletters and that where I get a lot of content from and information from to stay on top of industries, and I have them go into certain folders so I can access them later, and then they don't plug up my inbox.
Yeah, Debbie, and you're super organized with your filing system, which I think is really terrific. That's one of the reasons why I love co-hosting with you. Okay, so Erik, what other tips and tools have been helpful to you in these changes?
I mean, a tool that a lot of people use out there, because everyone's getting on Twitter, everyone's on Facebook and LinkedIn, is that Hootsuite is a great tool, Hootsuite. One thing it does for you is that if you want to post something, say you find a great article that you think appropriate for everybody across all of your social networks, then you just have to post it once and it posts to all those networks. Or if you did something personal, so you just had a baby or whatever you want to post on there, you can post just once, and it goes to all the different networks. From a business standpoint, it's a great tool also because it gives you all the statistics that you'd want, like what's the most reposted or retweeted item that you put out there, so that you start to get those analytics, or who are your biggest fans and who are your biggest supporters, so that you have those analytics to help drive your business as well.
I love Hootsuite, and I also find it's easy to weed out the spam with Hootsuite too. When you get one of those spammers that just sends a link, you can just click on it in Hootsuite, and I usually check their feeds first to make sure that all of their feeds are spam, and then I'll just block them, and then Hootsuite takes them right out of your feed for you. So I love Hootsuite.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's awesome, Debbie. You've come up with. You started with Socialnomics in 2009, the video. What inspired you to make that, just out of curiosity?
Mm-hmm. The inspiration for the video, Social Media Revolution, the Socialnomics video, was that I was out beating a drum about why everyone should have social media on their radar. So I'm talking to CEOs saying, this is important, it's not just for teenagers. And I was sitting there for an hour, so I was blue in the face, and they weren't getting it. And so I go, man, how do I get these people's attention? So then I go, I got to use the format that I'm talking about. I got to use social media. So that's why I posted the YouTube video, did the 3-minute to 4-minute videos with a lot of statistics. And all of a sudden, now I had everyone's attention in the room, that it wasn't just for teenagers. This stuff was going to revolutionize the way we did business, the way we live, politics, everything across the board. So I kind of had to do it out of necessity. I wish I would say that I had this great vision, but I was like, I need a tool because what I'm doing is not working right now. So that's what really helped get over the hump.
So out of a problem, you created something that helped everybody, helped all of us in this industry start to explain it to that C-suite level. Really.
Well, thank you. That was the greatest thing. I put the biggest smile on my face once I started seeing one to take off from a view perspective, but then people reaching out to me going, thank you, I've been having such a struggle with this. This is what I needed to get my boss to buy in, or this is what I needed for my organization to understand it. So that's been amazing to be able to connect with so many people across the world.
I especially love the fact that you've done them over the years, though, and you've kind of tracked the progress and the changes. For our audience, can you share a few of your thoughts on the major changes that have happened over the past, it's really been 4 or 5 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think on the first one I even had MySpace listed in there. So
You
at the
did.
time when I did it, I was at the time that I did it, it was crazy because MySpace was the biggest network out there. And so since we've done that shift, the other thing that's been big is that there was sorry, my daughter wants to go to the bathroom.
That's okay.
So, but I'm good now. My wife's gonna take her, so we're all set. Sorry about that.
That's not a problem. That's how we roll, believe me.
Bless your wife.
Mind-boggling to me is just, I think the first time I did it, like I said, MySpace was the biggest. Now you've got Facebook with 1.1 billion users. Also, I don't even know if I mentioned Twitter in the first one that I did. And now you're alone, you think about Instagram out there and Tumblr. And so all these things have come to fruition. Or one statistic that pops out is YouTube. I think it used to be every minute there's 24 hours of video uploaded. Now every minute there's 100 hours of video uploads. Think about that. Every minute on YouTube there's 100 hours of video.
Wow.
I think video is really going to even continually increase and take off, especially with the millennials, and they watch videos. And this whole Chromecast device that's just come out, it's super exciting to see what's going on. So I think you're right on with that. You know, so in relation to that, you've done a recent Socialnomics in, like, say, as of March, but you've also done Mobilenomics. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so we've got on our radar, I wish we had more time like everybody else, right? How do we get more time in the day? But we've got a bunch of videos that we want to do. We want to do one on cyberbullying here as well so that it gets people more aware of it and what they can do to prevent it. But we just launched one called Mobilenomics because now, like mobile and social, I say they're not emerging technologies as merging technologies. So we do a specific video called Mobilenomics around all the data that you need to be aware of just to get you excited about, okay, the mobile revolution's on us. What does it mean for us?
So we're shifting from this social revolution to a mobile revolution is what you're saying.
Well, they kind of shift together. So mobile drives social, social drives mobile. So that's why they say they merge kind of together. And when you think about socialnomics, it's not tied to social media. It's just the social nature of all of us. And mobile is just a device, a tool that enables us to be more social. Because we're all social animals. And so it's still a socialnomic world. It's just now that we have these mobile tools, they all kind of dovetail together. That enables us even further. And then if we talk about Google Glass and wearable technology, then it even becomes more pervasive that we're able to be connected at all times.
And then all these phobias come up of all the people that are afraid of their privacy, and I just want to shake them and say, you know, you're thinking about yesterday and not thinking about the potential for tomorrow. I mean, what are your thoughts on how this is going to change how we operate and are social in this world, Erik?
Yeah, I mean, it's the world shift. It's always changing, and we didn't ask for this shift. It's now upon us, and so we need to be able to work the best we can and take advantage, to use your words, and take advantage of the opportunities that are now all around us. But definitely our privacy is pretty much, you don't have privacy. I mean, it's a new world. If you want to be connected with the world, if you want to be relevant in the world, you're probably not going to have too much privacy. There's some stuff you can do to produce and protect your best online reputation as possible, because your online reputation is your reputation. And that's what my new book's all about, coming out in October. Not to have a promotion in here, but it's What Happens in Vegas Stays on YouTube is the name of the book, and it's all about 36 rules you can use to lead your best life in today's world.
So let me ask you this. That actually sounds awesome. What is the name of your new book?
It is called What Happens in Vegas Stays on YouTube, because digital reputation is your reputation. 36 rules to help you produce and protect your best online reputation.
That's
awesome.
super interesting. When does that come out?
It'll be out in October.
That's when we have you back.
All right, that sounds good.
How about that? We'll bring you back to talk specifically about that. One thing, as a parent, how do you see this affecting your kids?
You know, as a parent, you got to make those individual choices. Now, for me, again, it's an individual choice. I want my daughters to have the ability to produce their own digital footprint and their own digital shadows. The digital shadows, what other people post about you, is that I want them to be able to produce their own digital stamp. And so I try to limit the amount that I basically don't post much, but my friends sometimes do, or my relatives will.
Right.
Because I want them to have that choice on what they want to have out there, not have it put up there by me. But again, that's all everyone's individual choice.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that, and I waffle with that as a parent as well, because I want to document her life. My daughter's 4, but then how much do we really want to have out there? So it's a thing that I think that a lot of parents deal with, and that teenagers today have to really be cognizant that they're building an online story about themselves. It's there forever. So
yeah, it is there forever, and a lot of it, like the shadow piece, is we don't have much control of it. We have control over our behavior. We don't necessarily have control of what's going to be posted, especially when you think about wearable technology like Google Glass, is that everything is going to be kind of filmed at all times.
yeah. I totally agree with you about that, and I think that with the webcam, my daughter has, runs around. She's running around right now, and people see her, and she knows when the green light is on that, she's got to be dressed appropriately and things like that. So it's really even changed inside my family, my life, my world. Even my private world. So it's impacted our family. Debbie's laughing.
Yes.
No, it's a good question. Is with this generation, if you're able to instantly see what you did, like to view how you jumped into that swimming pool, it's interesting to see how we're going to produce as a society. It should be a huge benefit when you think about it, but I'll be interested to see how that transpires.
I've got a benefit story from that. I went to school at Culver Academy for high school, and I went back there to visit. I'm on their Technology Advisory Council. And I went into their new crew facility, which is just magnificent. And they have these ergs, which are the machines that the kids practice on to, row inside, basically. And these machines the kids are videotaped, and then the coach can take a look at the videotape and comment and give coaching via email and send them the video and say, here's what I'm seeing, here's what's going on. So he's able to build their skills and talents as teammates and rowers using video. So what you're saying is there's pluses and minuses. That's a plus. So
we're also seeing digital communications as a form of empowerment, especially when you look overseas, right, Eric?
Debbie's saying we see digital communications as a form of empowerment, especially overseas. What are your thoughts on that, Eric?
Yeah, I mean, they can be used in any way that you can. I mean, empowerment, when you see like what's happening in Brazil or in Turkey, and even in in Egypt, the best example where they've named kids Twitter and Facebook just because of how much that helped that country's revolution. Or if you look at Colombia, where they're against the guerrillas, the FARC, that they were able to have 11 million people across the world we live in because of that.
Yeah, I do too. It's kind of exciting. So this is super neat. One thing that we do on the show every week is we ask our guests to give tips to either millennials or business people or both on how to best transition from, you know, this traditional media that we're used to digital communications. Do you have any tips?
The best tips that have worked for me and a lot of the people that I consult with are really about listen, interact, react, and share. You know, what's being said about you, your personal brand, or maybe it's your company, and then interacting with those people that are talking or interested about your product or service, or about you as an individual. And then the third piece is really to react, and that's where you're going to get your money and where you're going to have your success is if 80% of people say they love what you're doing here, are you doing more of that? And if 90% say they don't really like this or it's not of interest to them, are you immediately doing less of that? And last but not least is to share. The more you can share with people, the more they can be your best salesmen and your best customer service for you. They can be your best salespeople and also your best customer service. And so I always talk about socialnomics as word of mouth on digital steroids, or word of mouth is now world of mouth. And so if you do those things, listen, interact, react, and then share, then you're going to be able to grow your personal brand, grow your company's brand, and have a ton of success.
That's really great. I love that, word of mouth on digital steroids. I'm going to steal that from you, and I'll give you credit.
I'll steal Mobilenomics from you then. That'll be good.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
I'd love to put our heads together on that for real. So anyway, I thought we end out our show. Debbie, you wanna step in here?
We end out our how do we end out our show?
Well, we end out our show with a challenge of the week that we asked.
Right. Sorry, I'm just so hanging on every word. We have a challenge of the week, and we had you offer some tips, but if you could have one challenge that everybody can do this week to improve their digital communications and improve their leadership in digital communications, what would that be?
The one tip I'd give is we opened the show with this of trying to make sure the tools work for you, not you working for the tools, is try to practice in the next week just answering all your emails with 1 or 2 sentences. And you've probably noticed that your boss or some people that you respect, their emails are always short. It's because they've learned this practice. But you can answer them 1 to 2 sentences. But remember, you on the other end, when you receive an email, that the one thing that you never like is a big email. So they're going to love it too. The receiver loves that you only spent 1 or 2 sentences to get to the point. So that'd be my advice, your challenge.
That's awesome, actually. I think that'd save everybody time. That's 1,400 times 1 or 2 sentences, which may be a minute. That's 1,400 minutes of our day.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Nice. Well, thank you so much. We are very much looking forward to your new book, and what happens in Vegas stays on YouTube. I'm very excited about that. I'm going to share that with every teenager I know, for sure. And
fantastic. That's what it's designed to be read in an hour. You can buy it and hand it to all your kids.
Oh, awesome.
Nice. Read it in an hour. I like that, too. I might even do a quick video book review.
And, of course, it'll be available digitally.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks for being flexible, too. And, yeah, I look forward to being on the show again soon.
Absolutely. We'll plan something for October. And thank you so much for your time. We're looking forward to it, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Eric.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Backwards, silly.
Okay, I'm being... Okay. So my assistant has joined me. And I know that my video hasn't been on today, but that's okay. Which is probably a good thing. So anyway, that was really, really, really a cool audio. You know?
Are we off the air, or are we still on the air?
No, we're not. We're still on. Next, so let's try to answer our emails very short. You do that already, Debbie, so you're one up on me because my emails are always very long. And we'll meet up again next Friday.
Yes.
I'm going to end out today with virtual Newsmakers, and join us next week at noon on Google Plus Hangouts on Air.